Mr. Farage believes that there is now no difference between the Conservatives and Labour in terms of immigration policy. Well, I beg to differ. The Conservatives have got an idea called Rwanda, and Labour have got an idea that they're going to renegotiate with Europe. Neither of them, I agree, neither of them are really very practical, but the Labour Party is at least thinking along the right lines, that it's about our relationship with our neighbours, which is going to determine the way in which we deal with those who come to seek help. And the idea of a deterrent is not going to work. There is no such thing as a deterrent for people who are prepared to risk their lives in the open sea simply to escape from the tyranny of their own countries, or to escape from poverty. And the Farage is uncertain about what reform really offers, and I think that's reasonable. He's very vague about what reform offers, and he talks about British sectarianism and British Muslims, and he has said that 630 people out of 630 seats out of 650 will be fought by Reform UK. He himself is not going to be a candidate. We are poised, of course, as a nation to hear what Rishi Sunak is going to say this evening at, I believe, 10:30. We have no idea. I am delighted that he's going to be speaking out. I don't know quite whether this is a party political broadcast, whether this is an announcement, or whether this is something to brighten up the dull start of the campaign. But in fact, I don't think it is the dullest start, as Farage would have it. I think it's been relatively exciting, and it's going to go on for a long time. So this isn't a sprint, this is a marathon. It's 6 weeks of this stuff. And on the 5th of July, one of two people will become Prime Minister. Rishi Sunak, unless he's going to announce he's resigning this evening, or Keir Starmer. And the choice is simple. The choice is very simple, and there is a trend in British politics at the moment, which is to look for the soundbite, and for politicians to be schooled in slogans. And I hope that over the next 6 weeks there will be an effort by ordinary people to press the various ex-ministers and politicians to go beyond the slogans and to commit some sort of personality and character to the campaign, because it's not really about issues, it's about personalities. The personalities present and represent the issues. We don't vote on issues in our election. We vote to put an individual, a personality, into Parliament to represent us. And we trust that that person will broadly follow the issues that were in the manifesto. But that is not a given. That is not a certainty. We can hold them to account at the next election. But for the next possibly 5 years, we are trusting that person, that individual. So it is about personalities, and it's about trust. And later on, it's about issues. But the people who are, the politicians who say, I don't want to talk about personalities, I want to talk about the issues, are not telling the truth. British politics is about whether or not we trust this individual or that individual to represent us for the next 4 or 5 years in Parliament. And we don't vote, despite the noise and despite the clamour on television and in the newspapers, we don't vote for a party. We vote for an individual who happens to belong to a party. But if that person decides halfway through the Parliament to change his party, as people have done, they're under no obligation to stand down. None at all, as we have seen. And the media bashes away and says, oh, why don't they stand down? They should call a by-election. They should trigger a by-election. Actually, they are under no obligation to do so, because we voted for an individual, for one personality in whom we place our trust. And we don't vote for the Prime Minister. We vote for the person who represents our constituency. That is our system.